Ohio State is on a heater. It's boom after boom after boom. And right now, what Ohio State is doing, that they have recently flipped 3 recruits. The first one I want to talk about is the biggest one, personally to me, and that's Emanuel Ruffin. He's someone that I have continuously talked about, or I did continuously talk about over the off season. Right out of Bester City, Alabama, or Bester City High School, Bester, Alabama, but really good player. 6'4", 295 pounds. He was recently committed to Colorado, which let's just keep it a buck here. I think all of us would agree here. Most people would agree that Ohio State most definitely is the better choice of the two between Ohio State and Colorado. But yeah, he's again 6'4", 295, number 26 defensive lineman in the nation, 197th overall. 3-year varsity, actually now 4-year varsity, 3-year varsity play. He's been starting since his sophomore season in high school. Has been doing very well. He started actually his sophomore season. You can imagine why. I'm going to tell you why right now. He is an elite athlete for his size. If I had to give you like a comp, I would honestly tell you he reminds me of Edric Houston. Of course, Edric Houston is a little bit smaller in weight compared to Ruffin. But what I mean by that, he's really rangy, long arms, long legs, long torso, really quick, uses his length well. Again, like when you have a guy like him going against guys that are guards, not so much tackles, but when you go against guards, right, which he's going to, he plays on a 5-tech, usually 3-4 defense in high school. Usually plays on the outside, goes to the inside sometimes, but you would imagine that Ohio State were going to have him more, or Larry Johnson would have him more at the defensive tackle spot. And when you look at guards, when you have really long arms, man, it's a disadvantage for them, and it's an advantage for you, for the player. He explodes off the line of scrimmage very well. I mean, if you guys have the time, I mean, go ahead and look up his highlights. You're going to see it from the get-go. As soon as the ball is snapped, he's either pushing the offensive lineman a yard or two back, or he's going right past him. It's quite honestly one of the more impressive things that I've seen. I think that he could definitely be higher ranked in the composite based on where you want to look at, whether it be Rivals on 3. I don't think anybody really goes to the ESPN anymore, or 247. But maybe people with 247, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, explodes off that of the line of scrimmage. Complete mismatch. And I think that, over the off season, a lot of people, there was a lot of talk about Larry Johnson. I think now, as we've gotten towards the end of the year, and as we're getting closer to signing day at the end of the season, or at the end of the year, actually, Larry Johnson is not a problem. Larry Johnson can still recruit. I mean, you go down to Alabama. Of course, again, he was committed to Colorado, but you're able to go down to Alabama and get these kids from the South. Again, guys like Caden McDonald, guys like Edric Houston. That's where these kids are from. And it just shows the worth that, like, how much worth he has to the Ohio State program. I mean, again, man, Larry Johnson, man, we love you. I don't think there's any other way to say it. Again, Emanuel Ruffin, I think he's going to be a really good player for Ohio State one day. I think that I don't think there's going to be much to have to. Of course, everybody has to learn how to play the position, but I don't think there's going to be much for him to learn. I think he's going to get really big. I think he can probably go somewhere around. I mean, he's 6'4", 295 right now in high school. I could see him somewhere around 310, 305. I think that'd be a good way for him to make sure that he keeps his speed and athletic ability on that defensive line. But yeah, man. Again, Emanuel Ruffin, glad to have you, kid. Glad to have you be part of the Ohio State program. Can't wait to see what you do for us. Can't wait. I'm going to put all my stock behind this kid, because I believe he's going to be a great player for Ohio State. Next, who we're going to talk about, this happened today, and it's funny, everybody. Originally, in my show notes, I put this was a topic that it was like, this could happen. This could be a commit. And then right on the spot, a couple hours ago, Legend Bay out of Forney, Texas, commits to Ohio State. Of course, he plays quarterback right now, but I would assume he's probably going to be a wide receiver, more than as a slot guy. Could play on the outside, and we'll get to why he possibly could. Maybe running back, depending on if he can put on some size. Coach Lachlan is actually his primary recruiter. But again, Legend Bay, Forney, Texas, 5'10", 175 pounds, number 24 athlete in the class of 2026. Recently decommitted from our I don't want to cuss right now. Decommitted from our how about we say one of our little brothers over down there in Tennessee, who we pleasantly smacked the crap out of last year when they came to Neyland North. But yeah, decommits from Tennessee, dynamic player, very fast, very quick. I'm not sure if anyone here how much people know about track, but the kid he ran a 10.7, they ran a 10.2 wind aided. Now, which means like 10.7, I think it was a sophomore year, 10.2 is junior year. If you don't know how fast that is, people, let me explain to you. So, Ted Ginn Jr. ran a 10.2, 10.3 100-meter dash. That's what we're talking about here. That is the type of speed that we're talking about right here, that we're getting out of him. And again, I think that this right here is probably when you look at the Ohio State class, and we're gonna go through it. He's not going to be in the top 5 and the top 10 of Ohio State recruits, but he's possibly a top 5 most dynamic recruit right now, or commit right now for Ohio State. Again, Coach Lachlan doing great things. Can't wait to see what this kid can do for us. And again, Legend Babe, for you also, young man. Glad to have you be part of this program. And then lastly, but not least important, Mason Wilhelm. For all the young bucks in here, if you don't know who Mason Wilhelm is, let me tell you. He is the son of Matt Wilhelm, who was on the 2002 national championship team for Ohio State. Legacy kid. We flipped him from North Carolina. And I love this because he's an offensive lineman, by the way. I love this because I stand by this. You guys have heard me say this plenty of times. It's awesome if Ohio State goes and gets a 5-star offensive lineman, even a high 4-star offensive lineman, blue chip guy. Okay. I will happily and gladly take 3-star offensive linemen from the state of Ohio. I think that when you do, I'm going to say it again. I think that when you do that, you bring something, those kids bring something extra because they truly love the program, and offensive line is something that you really have to coach. And we have great coaches. Tyler Bone is a great coach. He, at least position coach at offensive line, run game coordinator. He's great at run game coordinating also. And his history shows that as previous stops at Virginia Tech and Penn State. But even more so, you're getting a legacy kid who understands Ohio State, who understands what the program is, and will give his all to the program that his dad also played for and won a national championship for. So again, Legend Bay, Emanuel, Ruffin, Mason Wilhelm, to all of you young men, welcome to Ohio